Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome back to another daily video. This is Retro MTGA, and today we are tap dancing on the ladder for glorious honor with the cocktail of pure, twerked out Jankberry Blast. This core Jeskai list also features Sparas, Xanders, and one Jetmir's Triome, so we can be sure to cast our Atraxas, Multiverses, and Recharges. The star of the show is still Chaotic Transformation, and the deck wins by overwhelming the board with massive off-color cards that we either reanimate from the yard or that we pull from our deck using the explosive 5 and a red mana sorcery spell. We've added 2 copies of Leyline Binding to capitalize on our domain mastery, and also increased our stockpiles of Invoke Calamity, Multiverse, and Fable. Of course, we use cards like Fable, Big Score, and the Elder Dragon War to discard the Boom Booms and set up for hardcore shenanigans. Along the way, we try to stay alive using burn spells, bindings, and board wipes. And a lot of the times, it works all the time. Meanwhile, turn 4 wins are completely impossible with this list. The likelihood our opponents will resort to instant scoops is also nil. Nevertheless, we do have the wherewithal to bob and weave through the early game into the mid game, and if we make good choices and win a few coin flips, we can certainly close out games with style and finesse and make our opponents run home to their mommies in tears. Indeed, there's no better finisher than using an Invoke Calamity to reanimate a Chaotic Transformation and drop 1 with the Multiverse into a free Phyrexian Portal top deck. Witness the thickness. It's not only possible, I've done it. So here comes the gameplay, fearless travelers. Let's jump in. Let's showcase our Jankberries. Unleash the Atraxa Chaos Twerk list to the world and crush the ladder all the way to glory. Woot woot. Facing off against Wolf, we are currently 2 pips into Platinum 4. On the draw, we have lands, we have interactions, we have discards. It's kind of like a dream hand, so let's go ahead and keep and see what we can do here. Rot Priest. Okay, the plan was definitely to cast Xander's Lounge and take a moment, but this has to be done instantly. And I believe our opponent will either scoop or show us another Rot Priest. They have the Ivy. We are not getting Xander's Lounge down anytime soon. Unless, okay, if they play the Rot Priest, no. We've got We kill Ivy or wait for the next Rot Priest? They have interaction on the Rot Priest for sure, so let's do in the Ivy. Hopefully we draw an untapped land. We can stay on curve. We didn't, but we did draw some nice interactions with the Abrade. Let's see how our opponent responds. Okay, Rot Priest comes in. They have protection, pass to attackers. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I don't think it's gonna work, but I respect the Rot Priest. Here comes the protection spell. Okay, we currently have 3 poison counters on us. We are officially corrupted. We've drawn both of our multiverses. Fantastic. That's fan favorite right there. Alright, so the Goblin Shaman is a nice little blocker. They are doing the typical thing. They're waiting. We're not going to discard the land, obviously. We're going to discard both of the multiverses because we're not casting those anytime soon, am I right? Opponent's got to laugh at that, right? Okay, do we play the Plains? I believe that we do, instead of the Mountain. Just always looking out for that Domain Mastery. And I think we play another... Okay, here's the thing. If we attack and they cast Indestructible on the Rot Priest and block, we're up to 4 counters. And then we will know whether or not we can cast Burn Down the House. If we can't cast Burn Down the House, then we just cast the other Mirror Breaker. So let's go for it. Or maybe they just don't block. Okay, they don't block. So the question is, of the 2 cards they have in hand, is one of them indestructible? The Devils aren't really good for us here to try and take out the Rot Priest because each time we try and use the Devil, Death Dying ability, we'll get another poison counter. So I think we go for it. Board wipe it. They have indestructible. We pay the price. And they don't. Oh, you gotta love that. We are twerking all over them right now. We definitely cast the land out of our hand rather than save it for discard because we do want the chance to play Chaotic Transformation. We're also going to cast another Fable of the Mirror Breaker, leaving up Play with Fire for the other Rot Priest or Ivy. Looks like our opponent is having a little party over here with our lands, which could be annoying if you didn't already realize that it's them showing their complete frustration, anxiety, and ultimate concession. So, thank you, opponent, for that. We appreciate you. We're up closer to Platinum 3 now. I was actually wrong in the opener of this particular match. I thought we were at 2 pips. We were actually at 3. So, no need to view the battlefield. Let's just keep rolling on through. On to the next match. We can get to Platinum 3. I'll actually be very surprised and happy and proud of our jank berries. little side note here. Before I was kind of settled on the leyline bindings, 2 copies, I had actually contemplated 2 copies of Destroy Evil. And both of these cards, whether you go Destroy Evil or leyline binding, is squarely aimed at Shieldred. Because we have a lot of trouble with Shieldred. Because we draw a ton of cards. Atraxa doesn't draw cards, but a lot of our stuff draws cards. Because we have to discard. And we're in red. And red is always about drawing and discarding. Discarding and drawing. So, yeah, Shieldred is a real house against us. So we needed to find some ways. And I don't think this hand is keepable. Looks like we're putting Atraxa back. I think this hand is a little bit better, and we don't really want to go down to 5. And maybe our opponent is not, you know, gonna immediately kill us with soldiers or something. I'm gonna carefully extract Atraxa and shuffle it into the deck, or rather put it all the way at the bottom. And we drew a land, which is fantastic. Okay, we're versus what I think might be mono black. We'll go ahead and lay down Xander's Lounge and pass. Oh, in another bit of news, I was going to play in my competitive Commander League. I was going to play a game. Unfortunately, the final tournament. Unfortunately, the Mountain Pass. 2 of the other players couldn't make it, so I advanced to the next round. And this one is going to be very interesting because the rules of this round, since it is the final tournament. Okay, let's focus. I think we're doing Brotherhood's End right here. I don't see any reason why not. And we play Battlefield Forge to get it going and see if we can hold back our Sekenzen and Iganjos. So Battlefield Forge, Brotherhood's End, baby. Do it to it. Never punished. So yeah, the format for next week in the final tournament of the competitive Commander League that I play in. Holy moly, double Banksies. Is Pauper, essentially. Okay, obviously it's the mountain. We play Dragon War, or we hold it. I think we're gonna hold back. We're gonna pretend like we have something other than the Sekenzen, and then whatever they do, we're gonna probably play the Sekenzen, hold back the Elder Dragon War, and see if we can kill off some of their creatures, if they're going to play those. End turn. Click firmly on the button. So Pauper, yeah, Pauper and Commander. No card, including the Commander, Gix will not die, unfortunately, to the Elder Dragon War, so that's sad. But we do have a Ganjo. And we're going to use it on the Bankbuster. Once they attack. And forego our ability to make tokens. Although, if we made... Okay, here's a cool thing. If we make 2 Sekenzen tokens, block the Bankbuster, we still have 1, then we draw a land and we're still out of range of the Chaotic Transformation, but we can use Burn Down the House to destroy the Gix, set ourselves up. Well, the burn down the house would then destroy our token too. Okay, Igonju it is. Adios, muchacho. And they're gonna draw with their other Bank Buster in response. They didn't get the Gix trigger, which is fantastic. You love to see it. Okay, holding up big score in Sakenzen. Because the Elder Dragon War only does 2 damage. We just can't get rid of Gix like that, so. End turn. We kind of missed our land drop. We probably should have just played Sakenzen. Creature, enchantment, planeswalker. So if we play big score now, we can avoid 2 damage and stop them from drawing 1 card by playing Sakenzen, and then we still have a blocker, which... So we'll go ahead and do that. We don't want them to have any cards. Elder Dragon War can give us a creature that is somewhat difficult for them to remove. We might let them hit us with the Gix. They're definitely crewing up the Bank Buster because they can't draw with it. They don't have the mana. And they didn't even attack us. You'll love to see it. Okay. This is a big score turn right here. In which, what do we discard? I play with fire up. Can't cast anything else once we cast the big score unless we draw something cool. This is a big score moment. I just don't know what to discard. I think it's the Dragon War because we have the tokens off Burn Down the House. And we can get the Dragon War back in a couple different ways, or at least one way. Okay, we definitely lay down the mountain. We have Lightning Strike on the Gix, which we can do because we have 5 lands and the Chaotic Transformation, and we're going to take a chance and we're going to do it. We're running out of time here, people. Oh, okay, we ran out of time. So we've got all this time left to think about this. So, actually, if we cast Lightning Strike right now, that only leaves us with 1 token. If we don't draw the land, then our Chaotic Transformation gets a lot worse. So we're actually going to cancel that. We almost made a mistake. Next to combat, we're not going to attack. We're going to try and get through this turn without running out of the clock. Our opponent thinks that we're roping them on purpose, but we really honestly just have a lot of decisions to make, which is part of the fun of this deck, if you ask me. Okay, they're going to crew 3. I don't know why. So we could attack here. We would lose. No, that's ridiculous. End turn. Okay, we don't have any timeouts left, which really sucks when you're playing Chaotic Transformation because you have all those choices. Oh my gosh, an Atraxa? Am I literally actually complaining about owning copies of Atraxa and Chaotic Transformation? Tenacious Underdog for the Blitz. They drew to get that, huh? Okay. Well, we're gonna play with Fire the Underdog and avoid the damage. We could have hit them in the face and taken 3 of that damage and got the scry, but we don't need it. Okay, they get to draw the card. They get to lose the life. No blocks. Pass the damage. Resolve the ability. Our opponent has a lot of cards in hand. Okay. We have Chaotic Transformation right now, and I think we're going to take it. Wait, they didn't draw a card off Gix? Holy crap. And they discarded and invoked Despair? What? Well, so they're going to use Chaos. They're going to use... We have to get Atraxa out. We have to get our cards refilled. It is what it is. We'll do, but the Painland is actually our only white source, so we'll go ahead and do one of the mountains and see if we can draw a cool land. Are they going to destroy our creature and not let us have Atraxa? They have a full grip. I bet they have a cut down. They're slow rolling us. They're going to do it. We resign ourselves to the fact. We're definitely getting a portal out of this, because that's the only thing we've got. Cut down on the spirit token. There it is. They slow rolled it. Land. Phyrexian Portal. Well, Invoke Despair doesn't hit Phyrexian Portals now, does it? And they rock out with the Shieldred, which of course we have the answer to. They crew up. They hit us for... Oh, we're dead. Wait, maybe we're not dead. If we can trigger... Okay. I think we're dead. And I gotta hand it to the opponent. I mean, that was freaking explosive, and I love to see it. Even though it means we die. There's no creatures in our graveyard. None of these creatures gain us life after we draw. We have no ability to gain life. We have no ability to remove Shieldred. Let's take Flesh Gorger because it's the coolest. And we die. It is what it is, folks. I do not begrudge the opponent that victory. That was hard fought. Let's go back to the battlefield real quick. Oh, we can't talk to them anymore because we're dead. We exploded. Look at that. That is such a baller move. They discarded Invoke Despair. They had 6 swamps at that moment, and they went ahead and they discarded it. Amazing. That was well played. Like I was saying, our outs were pretty cut and dry. We needed to have a Leyline Binding in our hand. Or just not have dropped our life totals down so much. Anyway, on to the next. Next game. Let's go. Our opponent has a name that we cannot pronounce. That's a keep. If we can manage to discard the portal, we can repair and recharge it, so that might be nice. They did not play a 1-drop creature on their turn, which means that they definitely have a 2-drop creature or an anvil. No. Tenacious Underdog. We can kill that with our play with fire, which is nice. Let's get going on the red, obviously. As we just explained, that's how we're... Let's leave the mana up past the turn. Keep a little mystery alive in this relationship we're having. A little suspense. Okay, they're a good player. They're not extending into the board before we kill their creature off. Seems like they're gonna play a trespasser though. They're not gonna eat their own underdog. Okay, they played Bitter Reunion. That's a good card. And they discarded a Roadside Reliquary, which means if we take kind of a deductive view that they play artifacts and they play enchantments. So I think we are playing an Anvil deck. And we lay down our next land. We did not draw any lands. So far, that hasn't been a problem. Excuse me, past turn. I don't know what got into me here. Tenacious Underdog with the Blitz. Do we take 3 and save the play with fire for, oh, I don't know, something that has haste? Yeah, we'll take the 3. Maybe just once we'll take the 3. No need spending resources on killing the creature when the creature's going to die anyway. Our turn. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is an okay draw. Wish it had been a land. Maybe the Goblin Shaman lives to tell the tale. No. The Goblin Shaman does not live to tell the tale. Felden has... Oh, right, we spent all of our mana. Holy moly. Well, okay, we can draw a land here. This is our chance to discard the portal. We're keeping the repair and recharge. We have that if we can just draw lands. We have big score, which is nice. Elder Dragon War isn't as... Okay, burn down the house and then invoke Calamity on it, maybe? And we gotta think what we're gonna discard the big score. So let's get rid of Burn Down the House and Portal and see what we draw. It's a land. We're gonna play that. We're gonna keep big score up. And we're gonna keep play with fire up. And we have big score. We get 2 treasure tokens, play with fire on Felden. We still have 1 treasure token left. Then we spend 5 and play Portal. They're gonna hit us for 2. I think we do it now. And maybe they, okay, Dragon War for sure. Maybe they commit to the board off something Felden does. Chaotic Transformation. That's interesting. But no. I think original game plan. Let's kill Felden. And see if we can get them, because they're past their attack phase. Combat phase, sorry. So they can throw a bunch of stuff onto the board that we can then kill with Portal. Come on, let us have this. Are we not deserving of success? Oh, I think we are, fellow travelers. I think we are very deserving. They play the Fable, so that their Goblin Shaman dies. They are not overcommitting to the board in any sense of the word, which is unfortunate. But it is a hard reality. Okay, so Xander's Lounge, and that means we get a chance at Chaotic Transformation next turn. We're going to repair and recharge the Portal. We're going to auto pay. Goblin Shaman down. I think what they're going to do is abrade the Portal right now, and then we can get it back when we Chaotic Transformation off the Power Stone token. No, they're going to go for the throat on our Kiki Cheeky. How cheeky is that? Oh, it's very cheeky. Fellow travelers, I think we have a chance here. Because we have the Portal on the board and they haven't abraded it yet, and the Portal gives us access to creature cards only. Okay. They're going to blitz attack the underdog. We're down to 12, but they're down to 16. Every time they do that, they lose 2 life. Reckless Impulse, they pull the Shieldred and another Impulse. They can't cast Shieldred yet. Do we have the answer to Shieldred? We're going to pull, what? Felden? The Tenacious? We don't get to keep control of Tenacious if it dies, and they know that. So we'll pull the Felden. Was that a dumb call? Did we have... We don't have any creatures. Okay. So we can actually chaotic... No, we don't have the mana for chaotic transfer... Wait. No, that's only a non-artifact spell is what chaotic transformation is, so that's not available to us. If we abrade... No, they don't have any artifacts. But with Felden, okay, so we're just going to go ahead and attack, right? Get him down, bring him down to our level. And we have a copy of Invoke Calamity, but we don't have the mana to cast it. And we have a Burn Down the House, and that is our only way to kill the Shieldred when it comes down. So we need to big score an abrade, I think is our play. Big score and discard the abrade. And if we do that, we end up with 2 treasure tokens and a Xander's Lounge, which we're not going to use. So we'll end the turn and we'll do all of that on our opponent's end step. They're gonna get their Kiki Jiki rockin' and rollin'. It has haste. Any creature... Okay, so we're gonna need to abrade this right away. Do we still have enough mana left over to big score? No, we don't. So we're gonna have to big score now. We're gonna we can't discard the Abrade. Oh my goodness. Invoke Calamity is like so far away. I think we have to just get rid of it now. They're gonna kill the Feldon. No, I honestly think it's Fable. I don't think Fable is as good right now as an Abrade is. Abrade on the Kiki Jiki. Auto pay for sure. We still have mana for Chaotic Transformation. Kiki down. They're gonna cast the Shieldred. We have mana to play Invoke Calamity if need be. Shieldred will have haste, so it'll be able to attack right away. Why wouldn't it? We're down to 8. Sure, you have to sacrifice it in order to give it haste, though. You're gonna do it. Okay, Shieldred's coming in hot. Down to 8. They're completely tapped out. We're gonna return Tenacious Underdog to the battlefield and take another 2 damage. It is at this point where we need to decide how to kill Shieldred. We still don't have... We have the mana to kill Shieldred and the Underdog and all that stuff. And they have a copy of Burn Down the House as well. Well, ain't that freaking fantastic? And that gets rid of our creatures. Atraxa isn't castable right now. Green, blue, black, white. Atraxa, is hard cast Atraxa right now. Or attack in, invoke Calamity. Music died. Chaotic Transformation. Then we can't cast Atraxa, but we have to do it. And we're gonna bring the music back. We don't want land. We have enough. Would have been nice to have that earlier, then we wouldn't have had to. And we get Feldon's ability. Choose one. I think it's the binding because they're about to blitz us and burn down the house and just kill us to death. So it's binding, end turn, exile the Underdog, right? Oh, they don't have enough mana to do all that. They have Hungry for More. Okay. Binding that. Take 3. Gain life. And we're out of range of that. And we're going to chaotically transform the ley line. Okay, this is going to work. Playing Iganju as a land. 1 artifact. 1 creature. 1 enchantment. 0 planeswalkers. 1 pain land. Auto pay. Land. Artifact. We're going to take three damage off that. Oh, we didn't hit it. Oh my gosh. Binding, lounge, big score, burn down the house, submit 4, run out of time. No, don't run out of time. Oh, we did hit it. Okay. Yep, down to 1. And we have a braid. Resolve all. Resolve all. Resolve all. Hello. Next to combat. Try and get some time. Run out of time. Quick. Okay. Down to 1 with 1 red mana. Oh my gosh. If we'd only had more time to think through that, we could have had the win. What are they gonna do? They have to ob us, but we'll just discard. We have the binding. Quick. Shift, control. Control, shift. Control, shift. Full control. Order the triggers. Okay, we have the binding on the Shieldred. We'll take Feldon. I guess we'll take the underdog as well. We're going to Leyline binding. We're going to auto pay that. And they scoop! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but that was a hard-won victory for the fellow Travelers team. Let's look at the battlefield real quick. Okay, so our portal triggers grabbing Feldon and the underdog. The underdog doesn't have haste, but Feldon does. So that's 9 total damage on our opponent right then and there. We paid cash money for Leyline binding, and we were going to hit Shieldred with it, so we're not going to die immediately. We also have 3 direct damage to the face onto the opponent. And even though, which actually, so we don't even attack with Feldon. We attack with Atraxa and a Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike doesn't even cost any cash money. Or maybe we do a big score for free. Discard Xander's Lounge and cast the Lightning Strike for cash money and have the tokens ready and all that good stuff. I mean, our ability to draw the Leyline Binding against the Shieldred, or, as I was explaining earlier, the previous choice was actually Destroy Evil, which actually costs 1 more mana to cast than the Binding does in this case, since we have so many, we have our domain in place. So that was like the kind of explosive games that I really wanted to showcase for everyone. We hit it and we won. It was explosive. It was fun as heck. Our opponent scooped because they just couldn't stand to see how much fun we were having, and they ran home to their mommy in tears, which was the brief of this list. And I'm so excited to share it with all the fellow travelers out there. So thank you so much. That's a wrap. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything, if you'd make any changes to the list that could improve it for tomorrow's video. I possibly going to run this same deck tomorrow. And just massive thanks to everyone out there, all the fellow travelers out there consuming this content. You are truly excellent, and your responses to these videos has been fantastic. We are Retro MTG Arena.